Losing your team's leader in WRC Plus from the previous year is never an easy feat to overcome. A captain, a team leader, a leadoff hitter, a premier position of shortstop, JP Crawford went down with an oblique injury towards the end of April, and the Mariners, well, they didn't really have a clear-cut backup at the time. Yes, there are utility players on the roster and guys in AAA that could fill in, but what was about to take place over the next month, I don't think many fans would have really seen coming.
Breaking ball hammered down the line. That's going to stay fair. Bye-bye! Dylan Moore getting an opportunity to play some shortstop. Catches that in the end of the glove and gets up quickly. Nice play to start the eighth.
In steps Dylan Moore, a polarizing, I think, player for the Seattle Mariners in general. There are people out there, there are fans that love Dylan Moore, that will pound the table that Dylan Moore, given the right opportunities, will succeed consistently. And 2023, it was kind of a fluke because he had some injury concerns with an oblique himself, and his 104 WRC plus from the previous year in only the 60-ish games that he played, it definitely felt like he was held back, and it was very, very streaky. The ups and downs of Dylan Moore, specifically last year, point to, okay, what kind of ball player is he really? And the fans that look at the downside of Dylan Moore will say that we shouldn't employ a player like him because he's not consistent enough. He doesn't play a large enough role. He is not an everyday player. He's not even an every other day platoon player. Well, Dylan Moore has risen to the occasion in 2024. In JP's absence, Dylan Moore has turned into one of the best players, if not the best offensive player for the Mariners over the last calendar month, roughly. We lost JP in April against Texas, and Dylan Moore stepped into the starting shortstop role almost immediately and never looked back. He's currently sporting his lowest K percentage of his entire career at 24.1%. His career average is around 30, so very good looks for Dylan Moore there. His walk percentage is right around what he's done for his career. It's at 11.7%. His slash line as it stands now is 243 with a 350 on base and a 504 slugging with a 145 WRC+. That is currently, if you're not counting qualified batters, the best on this Mariners team, and Dylan Moore has stepped up when the Mariners needed him most. Looking at his previous years, a 140 WRC plus in 2020, a 74 WRC plus in 2021, a 126 in 22, and a 105 in 2023. Ups and downs, there's some definite signs of streaky patterns in there, but ever since that series against the Rangers, Dylan Moore, from April 24th on, has taken his batting average from 214. It was at 179 before that Rangers game. It finished at 214 after he went 2 for 3. Flirted around 200 for a bit, dropped below against the Diamondbacks and the Braves, turned it on against Minnesota, had a 5 RBI game, the first game against Oakland, and just last night, Dylan Moore had a 2 home run game, drove in 4 RBI himself.
Primo's 5th home run, RBIs 14 and 15. Boy, that was hit hard. 3-1. Field backing up Soto on the track. It is gone. Let's extend the lead to 6. Big night. He's driven it 4 runs. Second homer of the night gives him 6 on the season. A 4 RBI takes him to 19.
He has hit 5 home runs in the month of May. Dylan Moore is slugging like nobody had ever probably imagined Dylan Moore could in a singular calendar month, stepping in for JP Crawford when there's probably a lot of pressure on his shoulders. He's not just slugging well for the Mariners. As far as shortstops are concerned in Major League Baseball, I'm putting the qualified plate appearances at 100. Dylan Moore currently has the 5th best WRC+. He's actually tied for 4th with Trey Turner. The list goes: Mookie Betts at 179, Gunnar Henderson 165, Bobby Witt Jr. 147, Trey Turner 145, Dylan Moore 145. Right behind him is Jeremy Pena at 138. Guys, Dylan Moore is a legit bona fide offensive powerhouse at the shortstop position as it stands right now on May 22nd. Of course, JP Crawford is back. JP will be taking over the shortstop duties, but if he does need a day off, you can trust that Dylan Moore will be able to handle himself there at the plate. And albeit defensively, it's not the prettiest. His outs above average isn't looking great. But if you look across his ability in other positions at second in the corner outfield spot.
Line into left field, Dylan Moore dives, what a catch! Game saver! A clean catch by Dylan Moore.
That is where Dylan Moore shines. He's forced into a kind of uncomfortable role, I would say, as the starting shortstop. It's definitely his least productive position as far as defense is concerned, but the rest of his savant page looks incredible. His batting ball profile, it's unreal. Like, Dylan Moore has shown up and shown out when this team needed him most. The team is 5 games over 500, leading the American League West. It's around the same time that Luke Raley also started getting hot. So them two as a tandem have really carried the Mariners offense. If you would have told me at opening day that towards the end of the month of May, that Dylan Moore would be the team's leader in WRC plus, I probably would have laughed at your face. Because sure, I understand Dylan Moore's value as a utility player, but he wasn't just a utility player for the last month. He was thrusted into a starting shortstop position due to injury, and he rose to the occasion and gave everything that he could to the Seattle Mariners and allowed them to continue to win baseball games. He willed them to continue to keep out in front of the Texas Rangers and the Houston Astros in the American League West. I cannot state enough that Dylan Moore, he's been an everyday player, and I think he should continue to do that. The game tonight that, you guys are hearing this, I think, after this game and probably after Thursday's game as well. He's facing against Nestor Cortez Jr. It's a lefty. Dylan Moore will probably be one of the outfield spots if I had to guess, or maybe again at second base if Polanco's not in there. Dylan Moore probably should see playing time over Polanco right now. He should see playing time over a bunch of guys because until he shows that he can't do it anymore, Dylan Moore is that guy. And with Sam Haggerty's brutal Achilles injury and other guys in AAA maybe not doing as well as we all thought as far as utility players are concerned, getting this level of production out of Dylan Moore and sliding him out of a starting shortstop role into a more utility role where he can be very comfortable in. This lineup and this team just got deeper with how well Dylan Moore has been performing, but also with JP Crawford coming back. And I hope JP Crawford gets his season going. He hasn't looked exceptionally sharp. It's early for him. I think he'll be fine. But if things do not pick up for him, we know that Dylan Moore has our back in 2024. Watching him night in and night out, it's been a pleasure. And another guy that has been very exciting to watch, Luke Raley. I mentioned him earlier. I made a video about him just the other day. If you guys want to go check that one out if you haven't already, I implore you to do so because watching Luke Raley play baseball, it's a very fun time. But thank you guys for watching, and go Mariners.